like a lot of people, a lot of time are going through these circumstances, but they don't know how to let them out or they don't know how to speak them. I hope my testimony blesses you. I feel like for a very long time, I've been in a survival mode. Like for so many years, I was in survival mode. Like I was not doing things passionately. I was not doing things like because I love doing them. I was not doing things guys, because welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's that time again to get real with you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. I hope this testimony blesses you because this is my real life. It's what I've gone through. It's what I've fought and I've conquered. I'm conquering. Actually, I cannot say just I've just conquered, but I'm conquering through Christ Jesus. Guys, I know it's not only me who's gone through this, and that's why I thought of getting real with you guys and talking about it because I know there are people who are suffering out there and people don't know how to get out of situations that they are going through. So guys, listen to my testimony, listen to what I've gone through, especially what led to depression and how I came out of it and how I'm conquering each day at a time, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you for always coming back, guys. It means so much to me. If you're watching this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and enjoy the whole video. And guys, leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this video, guys. I really appreciate. I think the biggest problem that brought all this upon my life as we start is a lack of mentorship. Like I didn't have someone to mentor me and tell me that this is the way that you're supposed to go in your life. I only listened to my mom and God, but I didn't have someone to mentor me. If I had someone to show me, like, if you're working hard, you're providing for your family, you're bringing their life to be good, but this is what you're supposed to do for your life to, it could have been better. So I feel like my life was surrounded by darkness. Like you see, darkness surrounding me now. That's why I had to do this clip in the darkness to show you. I feel like my life has been like this, always trying to bring light to other people, but I'm in the darkness. And I feel most people are like this. You don't have, you're struggling for other people, but you're forgetting yourself, like I did. I've forgotten about myself for a very, very long time. And that's why we are talking about this topic today. Let me elaborate on being in darkness. Before I talk about survival, I talk about depression and finding myself. I think, when you feel something, when you're surviving a lot and you're just putting these emotions inside you and you don't have anybody to talk to. This is what I was doing. And in return, it gave me so much anger issues. I became so angry. I became so bitter. Even if I didn't show it outside, but the emotions were just inside me and they were growing. And that's what led me to a point of depression. But I thank God I'm finding myself because. But I feel like I was just surviving every day. I was just waking up to survive that day. And when the day is gone, then I wake up tomorrow again to survive that day. And it reached a point, those things started suffocating me. I was not doing it out of passion. Now it started suffocating me. I felt like I'm not supposed to do this anymore. And guys, if you I'll put a link to that video here. If you watch that video, there was a point I reached a point I started like feeling pain in my stomach. For real, I started feeling like pain in my stomach, like I couldn't do this anymore. Like it was so much for me. Like I started feeling lightheaded even when I was working, guys. It reached a point I had to quit a very good paying job, like just to come home. And I think that was one way of God helping me find myself, guys. I think for me, it felt like I made a wrong move, but to God, that was the right way for me to find myself, guys. And I'm saying this, God put this in my heart yesterday, as in 2nd of March 2025. I don't know when I'll post this video, but I pray it is soon, because God put this message in my heart heavily yesterday when God was revealing to me how I've been finding myself, how He's been helping me find myself. And God was so revealing it to me, and the way the Lord has been speaking to me through the Bible most of the time. the Lord will give me His word, I'll write it down. That's how I came up with my notebook. Every time the Lord speaks to me, I put something down because He has to confirm it through His word and maybe through someone or through an experience. That's how I know the Lord is speaking to me, and that's how I've come to hear the voice of God. The voice of God is real. The Lord speaks. It's just for us to listen. Do we listen when God speaks? Most of the time we find when God is speaking, we are too busy with our lives, we don't listen to what God is saying. And I've learned to listen to the voice of God. Know when the Lord is speaking, know when the Lord is counseling me, know when the Lord wants something from me. Yes, the Lord speaks. In my heart for me to make this video, guys, and I hope it helps someone too, guys. So guys, welcome. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a like. So guys, where were we? I've even forgotten. So where were we? So guys, God was putting this in my heart heavily yesterday. I remember when I was praying, God started putting it in my heart. I don't know, it's a little bit dark in here. Let's see if we can find light. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, so guys, as I was saying, God put it in my heart heavily. I was really praying in spirit, and God was putting it in my heart how He's been helping me find myself. And I hope this video helps someone too. So to start with, like I had a very good paying job in Bahrain. But I think for so many years, and this one, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but being a firstborn, I carried a lot of burden. And you find like maybe in most families, most of the firstborns carry a lot of burden family wise, and they forget themselves, and you end up suffocating, or you end up losing yourself. You end up finding yourself in places you didn't want to be. So that was me, because from 8 years old, I was just surviving, helping my mom to survive, like in her business, in everything. I was coming from school, helping her. No, I didn't have time for that childhood, going out to play with other kids. I didn't have that time because I was helping my mom for us to survive. After school, I did the same, helping my mom to survive. Like first I started with roasting maize. I told you, I think I'll put a photo here if I find it. I started with that to survive. Then I went to college. Then I started going abroad. First, I worked in Kenya like 4 years. Then I went abroad, working abroad like that. I was just all that is just in the survival mode, guys. I'm just giving you this so you know. It was just in a survival mode. I was not doing things out of passion. I was not, even if God was directing my steps, mentally I was just doing it in a survival mode. I didn't like bring myself in a place of saying like God has directed my stuff, my steps, I've reached this place, let me now find my passion. No, guys, even doing YouTube, I opened my YouTube channel 2017. I remember when I was in Bahrain, I wanted to do YouTube, but when I held my camera, I couldn't talk. Like, I couldn't talk. It like that passion was not there. Let me put it that way. That passion was not there. So, uh, this 2019, when it started one night. I came from work 3 p.m. I was on a rotation shift. I came from work 3 a.m. Sorry, not 3 p.m. 3 a.m. I came from work 3 a.m. And as I was walking on the road, I just felt in me that this is enough. I cannot continue anymore. I didn't have any more strength to continue another day. That was it for me. I felt like, no, this I cannot do it anymore. Then the following day, I had a change of shift. I was going to work 12 until 12 midnight. So when I went to work, it started last night, right? 3 a.m. when I was walking to home, and I was just crying, and I was telling God, me, I cannot do this anymore. So the following day I went to work. When I started serving people, I just felt pain in my stomach. Like, and I felt like I didn't have any strength anymore. You know, I just went to the washroom. I remember I knelt down. I cried to God. I told God, now God, I surrender unto you. I cannot do this anymore. Honestly, I cannot do this anymore. And I was just crying to God and telling God, God, I cannot do this anymore. I just need your guidance. And at that point, guys, I went home after my shift. And that's when I wrote a resignation letter. So when I wrote this resignation letter, guys, my plan was going back to Dubai because that's where I started, going back to where I started all this. So my plan was going to back to Dubai, and everything was going according to plan. So I resigned from my work. So I had to work 1 more month. When you resign, when you're abroad, you have to give them 1 month notice. So I pushed myself in this 1 month, and I was saying, I'll go back to where all this started. I thought that was finding myself. No, I was thinking I'm going back there. So when it was just a few days to that month to end, everything that I had planned just crumbled. And I started asking myself, what is this? I think I made a very big mistake resigning or something like that. But I just came back home to this village where I am right now. And when I came back, I no, the first thing for me was like I was asking, I'm still on a survival mode. That's why that's what I want you to understand. So for me, I was asking myself, I think made a very huge mistake, just leaving a very good paying job just to come back home. That was and coming back to Kenya. Guys, Kenya nowadays, and coming back to Kenya. So for me, I felt in myself like I made a very big mistake, because for me I was not relying on my relationship. I was building myself. My relationship was here, and this is me. I didn't want to carry the baggage of bitterness, the baggage of anger and resentment to this relationship, because at first I did that and it messed me up big time and we almost broke up. So I was so careful not to bring all those baggages inside. I'm saying. So I came to this village and I was like, oh my goodness, I made a very, very big mistake. But I could not go back because I had resigned. All the plans for Dubai had crumbled. And I was like, so my next point was like, I just wait for my husband now. No, by then we were not married. So that was the only option. So now I'm just relying on options. But when even YouTube, guys, as I told you, I opened 2017. I wanted, but I didn't have that passion. So that was just something in the books, in the shelves. That is something I just put in the shelves. I was not concentrating on that. But guys, I thank God for my mom. When I came here, like I was depressed. So I became depressed times two because when I came from Bahrain, I was depressed. So when I came to the village here and things did not turn out as I expected, I was depressed times two. I stayed away from people. I didn't want anybody near me. I didn't want food. I was totally depressed. Now I came out of the survival mode to the depression mode. But I really thank God for my mom. Staying here, she was just praying with me. She was praying for me. And it reached a point. I thank God for my mom and my husband, this one. It reached a point, she started telling me, at the time of COVID, she started telling me, I think you should do YouTube. And I told her, I cannot do YouTube because I tried and it failed. I don't have that passion. I cannot talk. But then if you watch my first videos, I was really stammering and I could not talk. So I just brushed that idea off. Then one day we were talking with my husband and he mentioned YouTube again. And that thing, I just brushed it off. So when I was here, guys, you remember I told you first I surrendered at the washroom when I was in Bahrain. So when I was here, the Lord was just talking to me, and then one morning God told me to surrender it all. And that's what I want you guys to know. God just spoke to me and told me to surrender it all. And I remember I started falling on my knees and just started surrendering everything to God. I just started surrendering my life, everything. I was just telling God, God, now I'm just like kujikosa, in Kiswahili is kujikosa. I started losing myself to God. No, no, not to the depression. When I came here, I had lost myself to depression. When I was in Bahrain, I had lost myself to depression. Now I started losing myself to God. Like I lost myself to God. Now God to take control of my life and just give me a new meaning for my life. And God started now giving me passion, like passion in farming, passion in, I started talking to people. Now things started changing mentally. I started changing. I started now finding myself, after losing myself to God. Now God started helping me to find myself. And guys, and it's not like I didn't love God before. I loved God. Actually, I've grown in church. I've known God all my life. I've always loved God. But at this stage of finding myself, I feel like God wanted my plans and plans didn't align. And there were so many things that God needed to work on me. You know, sometimes when God gives you a break, He needs to work on something. And in my case, it's family. I had worked so hard so many years trying to give my family a name, trying to upgrade the standard of my family. In short, I had carried a baggage, something like this heavy. I'd carried a baggage in my life for my family, trying to make them happy, trying to give them a good life, and forgetting myself. And so I had to work on finding the balance. Now when I'm finding myself, I had to find the balance. Like, yes, I'll take care of my family, but what about me? How do I take care of myself? How do I walk on the path of my own success too, as I take care of my family? Now that was something that I started working on. And actually this break is good because it opened my eyes. It showed me I need to work on myself too. I need to this so there are things I need to improve about my life if I need to see my life happy. That's when my mom and my husband encouraged me to do YouTube. Actually, I'm talking about this. I'm mentioning this YouTube so much because it it has helped me gain the courage. Actually, holding my camera every day, talking to my camera, that has really helped me. One of the biggest way this has really helped me is giving me back courage. I had lost that for a very long time, and I had not found it. But God is helping me. God has been faithful, and He's helping me. I started finding courage. It brought back my courage. I started finding passion in things I liked. When I was young, I really liked things to do with computers, and I went to college for that. But that passion was lost. I didn't have that passion anymore. But when I started doing YouTube, I started finding myself. And when I in the village, this village has been so therapeutic for me. At first I asked God, I've stayed in this village for a very long time. Why did I come to this village? God, why did you bring me here to suffer? No, first I was complaining. But when I started losing myself to God and surrendering to God, now I started realizing why God brought me here. God brought me here to find myself. God brought me here to find my passion. God brought me here for a reason. And God brought me here to hold this camera to encourage someone, so that when you're going through a similar situation that like I've been going through, you'll find God, and God will help you on the path of finding yourself. This is what God was wanted for me, and God wanted me to pass this to someone. Guys, so I know I really thank God for this journey, this village journey. I really thank God for YouTube. I really thank God for you who have subscribed, because guys, let me be honest with you. Everyone who has subscribed here, and when I'm talking to you, you've encouraged me. When I'm talking to you in real life, I don't know how to make friends. But when I started talking to people, and people are so nice to me on YouTube, you know, it encouraged me. It made me feel like I'm not alone. There are people out there who are concerned about my life, and it gave me so much courage, and it gave me, you know, motivation to do more videos every day. And I felt like if I make this video, you know, I'll talk to people. It's like now I have new friends out there whom I don't know. And I really thank God for this platform. This platform for me, actually, it's not even about striving to earn money or something. This platform is something that has built my courage. This platform is something that has helped me in one way or another, like motivated my journey of finding myself. And I really thank God for that. And this village, guys, and this village I'll not forget, because this village is where God has brought me to find myself, guys. And I know I'm not alone. There are people who are going through the same situation. There is someone out there who's going through the same situation and they don't know what to do. For me, the advice I'll give someone who's going through the same is not like finding your passion, because that won't work if you've not found God. First, find God, surrender everything to God, and let now God help you find yourself, because that's the only secret that I've used. And God brought me to this village. As I've said, it been therapeutic for me. It's so quiet. You know, our compound is so quiet. You know, I feel at peace. You know, I didn't have that peace, but I thank God He's given me the grace to find that peace. I found that peace in this village. I found that peace in my life. I found that peace in my marriage, and I really thank God. And I really thank God for my mom. God gave me the best mom in the world. She has been holding me, and I thank God. Every day I pray that God will give my mom divine health and long life, so that she can also enjoy the fruits. You know, I could have gone to Dubai as I had planned, but what could have happened to me? I didn't have that passion anymore. What could have happened to me? You know, when thinking about it now, maybe the suffering could have continued, and maybe something bad, worse could have happened to me. But God did not want something bad to happen to me. God wanted to bring me here so that I can find myself, I can find peace, I can find that passion. You know, I do things passionately, not doing things because I'm in a survival mode. God wanted to remove me from the survival mode and bring me now to this place I am, a place of peace. You know, like the surprise video that you saw. You know, I was talking about how God has helped me to let go of things that I cherished so much and I held dear to my life. It's like I held those things deeply, and I didn't you know, I held them like this. And when God wanted to give me something else, He didn't find a place to put those new things. So I had to let go of all those things so that I can be free, so that God can come and put something new in my life. Guys, I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone, and it's not only me who's going through this. I know people are going through this, and mine is to encourage someone and tell you God is there. And it's time, if you're going through something, just surrender to God. Pray, let God give you a new meaning to your life. Let God help you find yourself. It's not the end. It's not the end. When you lose yourself to God, God will give you a new meaning. God will bless you, and God will give you a new path. Just surrender. You know, sometimes we want things, what we want for ourselves is not what God wants for us. Sometimes we want something that is not godly. Sometimes we want something that is not in the plan of God. Like for me, coming out of Bahrain, going to Dubai was not in the plan of God. God had a new plan for my life, which I didn't know by then, but now I'm seeing things revealing themselves to themselves, and now I understand. You know, it took so long. It has taken so many years for me. It has taken so many years for me to reach where I wanted. But for me, I had to go through all this process of pain for me, like, you know, to come out and start enjoying God's blessings. I know it's not easy, and staying with people even who don't wish you well. I know it's not easy. I'm fighting a lot of battles even outside. The devil is not happy with me because this is not what the devil wanted. The devil wanted for me to be finished completely, but God brought me on another path for him to help me find myself, because he has good plans for me, guys. And I know God has good plans for you too. And I pray, as the Lord helped me find myself, I pray that he'll help you. If you're going through a similar situation, God will help you find yourself. And I want to encourage someone and tell some people, sometimes you might be striving for something and it's not in God's plan. If I just learn to pray and ask God, is this your plan and your will for my life? If it is God's plan and His will for your life, He'll bring it to fruition. But if it's not, it will bring you more pain. So it's better you stop and you surrender to God and ask God, God, please show me the way out in this. And God will come through for you. My prayer for you is that God will come through for you. God will bless you. God will stand by your side and He will see you through in Jesus' mighty name. This was just a way of God saving me from myself. And I've realized, guys, a lot of times we are consumed with ourselves. Time goes by, we end up being wasted. We end up being wasted, wasting our lives. For me, if I think about my life at my age right now, I would be so far, I would have done so many things, but I feel like I'm just behind. I'm just behind in everything. Even with my current situation, I still thank God because He has my best interest at heart, guys. And one thing I want to tell you, guys, if you find yourself in a situation like this and you don't know how to surrender yourself to God, I pray that you seek someone who will help you in your walk with God. Just seek someone who has that spiritual authority. Talk to them. Just talk to someone and let them try to show you the way. Yes. Bless you so much. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will mean so much to me, guys. God bless you and do you good. Until next time, stay blessed, guys. And I pray that God will help someone suffering to find themselves too in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you greatly. What did you think, guys? What do you think about this video? If you enjoyed the whole of this video, kindly give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Comment your thoughts on this video, guys, and until next time, stay blessed, stay positive. Let's conquer each day at a time, guys. It's possible and we can do it through Christ Jesus, guys. God bless you.